Greetings, what's going on, beautifuls? We're back to do a 5-card reading for all 12 tribes, and this is going to cover the next fortnight. So I call those 2 strong, because none of us were sent here to be weak or diluted with false information. We're going to look at 5 cards to help break apart things we need to know about moving on. I'm going to suggest that in addition to watching your sun, you check your moon and your rising, because I am a moon reader, and so many of my Aquarians find additional messages and sometimes more in their moon and rising signs with me. The first card's going to talk to us about the present situation. The second will cover our challenge based on the past. The third is going to give us an idea of the future and guidance that we might need to be aware of. The fourth is a reason for why the current situation has a certain or particular focus, or what you might want to be focused upon. And the last card is going to give us an idea of what the potential outcome actually is. Now, if you like these messages, hit me up. Thumbs ups work, subscribe, or hit the bell if you really like them. You'll get all of my notifications, and let me know if it resonated. I'd love to hear your messages in the comments below. We'll see you on the inside of your reading. Hey, quick note to the remainder of the 8 tribes that may have been waiting for these fortnight readings. I had to do a relocation due to some situations that arose in my life and a family emergency. So I am resuming now in a new state, and I'm going to be getting to your 5-card readings. We'll see you on the inside, and thanks for being patient, those of you who are waiting. Hey there, what's going on, Aquarius? Thanks for being here. I hope you're doing great. And meditating on your cards and energies and just shuffling here for a little bit. And I've been hearing something about whatever happened last June for some of you. And it could be very specific for some of you, but you're saying whatever is happening right now in your world with Pluto and Saturnian things, whatever houses in your chart have Pluto and Saturn, because those are both in retrograde in Capricorn right now. They're talking to me about some final conclusion about whatever it was going on last June for some of you, and that there might be some clarity coming up over the next, I'm hearing it could just be this fortnight, over the next couple of weeks. I like to call them strongs. But let's see what we have to find out about these cards here. I'm going to lay 5 down here for you, Aquarius, and we'll see what they say. Let's get a little bit more shuffle on there. And all right, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Knight of Wands is looking up at me here in reverse. I'm hearing somebody might have told you something that sounded true, was partially true, but that it was actually covering up what the real truth was. And yeah, it's kind of weird. They're saying it's not like they were trying, well, they might have actually been trying to lie to you, but it's like sometimes the lie that somebody will tell because they're trying to preserve somebody's feelings. And I'm hearing in this case it was their own. And show me this 3 of Cups. Wow. I'm hearing it's like, for some of you, it's finding out that somebody's motivation with you wasn't as friendly as you thought it was, that it was more like motivated either romantically, sexually, or otherwise, and that somebody might have not really been too honest about that, is what I'm hearing. They're saying, actually, it might have been an outright lie in some situation, but I'm hearing it might have been a surprise for you, and it might also be like why somebody's not in your life anymore. It's possible that they had a really bad attitude, but I'm also hearing that this could have to do with people, fire tribe, fire element, that may or may not be in your world right now. It's Aries, Leo, Sag, predominant if it's somebody with a lot of fire in their chart. But I'm hearing that, you know, this could just be somebody that you have a block with. If that's not necessarily you, you might have fire in your chart, but that was coming up really strong for some of you. Let's see what here is showing up in the center. It's the present situation. Okay, might happen last month here, actually. They're showing me 4. We've got 4 of Wands showing up here, Aquarius. I'm hearing for somebody, it's like literally what caused the end of somebody's relationship. It might have been romantic, but they're bringing it up in the forefront right now, and I'm hearing that it might not have been a recent breakup. They're saying for some of you this was like last June, so it would have been like possibly in 2018 is what I'm hearing, that something had happened. And I'm hearing for somebody, if it wasn't a breakup, it's like having connected with somebody really well, but it was like, they're showing me it's like long distance or something. Something didn't happen is what I'm hearing. But there's a lot of fire here. So I'm hearing for somebody that has a lot to do with whatever you're doing creatively or we're thinking of doing creatively for work. Let's see what's in our challenge past situation. All right, 3 of Wands. So these two, both upside down, and these actually go 3 then 4. These are the steps that things happen. So I'm seeing somebody that was like literally waiting for something to happen and it didn't happen. And I'm hearing for some people it's just like whatever this plan was that you were making. I'm hearing for somebody it might not have actually been like plans you're making, but they're kind of talking to me about it. It's like almost like getting emotionally invested in something, even though I'm not seeing cups here. It's like somebody's fertility, their creativity, it was like their passion, their fire was stoked. And I'm hearing it's like, I really want to do this thing. You know, I really want to set off. And this is somebody that if the energy's showing up right, they've actually created or done something. And this particular person is a merchant. They sent out ships, or they're waiting for ships to come back. And they've picked a direction, and they're in expectation. And the next step in the progression is like maybe this person that they were waiting for coming in, and this is like a celebration. This is sometimes a marriage, a union. And we're seeing them both upside down here. I'm hearing for somebody, it's literally like, it was like having a connection with somebody. I'm hearing it might have been, if it wasn't a creative project or a business project, I'm hearing about somebody that they met in a process that might have been creative, and they're just talking to me about it. Well, okay, well, I picked this up, and this is what was looking at me here is one of my falling in love cards here, the 8 of Wands, and it's right over this High Priestess that's in reverse. I'm hearing it's like somebody was falling either in love or like making speedy action, and I'm hearing that it's like there were things that weren't spoken, but now it's like communication that wants to happen here. And they're showing me this. It's like somebody wanting to spill the guts and saying like, we're more than friends is what I'm hearing. All right, let's see what's in the guidance or future card. Okay, so maybe you have somebody really special in your life that's got strong earth in their chart, Aquarius, because the Queen of Pentacles is showing up here. I'm hearing for some of you, if she, it doesn't have to be she, but this person here I'm hearing might be or might have been with child. But I'm hearing for somebody else that this actually is just, this is somebody that's got strong earth in their chart. They might be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. But I'm hearing for somebody, it's literally like whoever you wanted to see, whoever this person was in the steps that might have been far, I'm just seeing this energy pointing towards this person here. What was overhead here with the, what's just sitting in front of me here. But what I'm liking about this here too, this is a very good advice for us as guidance about what we could do in the situation. I say we too. I'm an Aquarius sun myself. My son is an Aquarius. And so for me, when I see something like this showing up as advice, the Queen of Pentacles, for me, I often just take an idea of who this person is, who they embody. This is somebody that's in their fertile elements. She's sitting in her garden there on her chair, paying attention to her coin and what she's got growing all around her. And this is somebody that has taken care of their material concerns and doesn't move too hastily. Sometimes they take their time, and I'm hearing that might be a good tact, especially like whether or not this is romantic for you, Aquarius, because this doesn't have to be romantic for some people, but I'm hearing specifically if this is a romantic situation, if there is a Queen of Pentacles in this mix, if this isn't you, if this is another person, regardless of what gender they are, that is like this Queen of Pentacles, especially if they have a lot of earth in their chart, I'm hearing that it's like there's a time to slow down, there's a time to speed up, and sometimes these people can be challenge to communicate with, especially if you have a lot of air in your chart or maybe a lot of fire, because there's like fire showing up here, and some of the stuff is blocked or upside down. But sometimes when the stuff is upside down, it's like somebody wanting to move really fast. It just depends on what the situation is. And so I'm just hearing there's some cautionary notes here, Aquarius, especially if you haven't seen or heard from somebody in a period of time. And I'm hearing, especially if this was like something that almost started last summer, is what they're telling me. Like, I'm saying June, July, something happened. And if it didn't quite happen there, and this person is showing up in the now to the, near future here, I'm hearing you might just kind of go tenderly and gently, because this is somebody that might kind of need to get their hands on a situation before they're ready to respond. And it looks like they want to. I'm just hearing, a little bit of finesse might be in order with this, especially if this is somebody that you were trying to make long-term plans with, because, these are indications of things that people would have set out to do. And this is a card of somebody that's building a home. They want to build a steady foundation. So that's going to go very well as an advice to keep these things in mind, especially if there's a person like this in the future. All right, let's see what's on the focus and the reason. Page of Pentacles in reverse. I'm here for somebody, it's like something about the child. And, they were talking about somebody that was pregnant, or I don't know what it is, but I'm hearing somebody was really turned upside down about what they found out. And it might have had to do with somebody's child, or finding out that somebody had moved on and had a child with somebody else. I'm hearing about. They're talking to me about somebody's, where something got planted, and it just being very uprooting for somebody. And I'm hearing for someone, it's like, we had all these plans until I found out that with somebody else, and it's like, all right, GTFO, done. And some of us are like that. Like, honestly, if you found out that somebody had moved on with somebody else, or had cheated, or had taken a pregnancy with someone else, or whatever, sometimes that's a deal breaker for some people. And so I'm hearing for somebody that it's like, that might have been what this like distance is here. It was like finding out that somebody might have moved on with another person. But we're also hearing too, in some cases, it's like somebody might have made some bad decisions financially. And I'm hearing it's like there might have been a really ungrounded or unstable or immature, like they're talking about a bratty earth sign. Like this person here, if they're not younger than you, there might have been a reason why housing plans, I'm hearing, if this is somebody's housing situation that just went upside down, or like a trip that, kind of non-started. I'm hearing it's like whoever this person is, this Page of Pentacles, this could be somebody with strong earth in their chart, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They could be very immature if they're not younger. When I see it like this, sometimes this is just somebody that's like just willing to say or do things because of how they're attached to stuff, money. Even if they say they aren't, it's like somebody that might be materialistic, and it's like how a child doesn't always understand what they consume resource-wise from other people. They're just talking to me about somebody that might show up like that, and they don't necessarily have to be a child. It could just be petty and childish. But I'm hearing that might even be more reason to embody like the Queen of Pentacles, who did show up, right? Because this is somebody, again, in the future who is actually taking the time to be grounded about it. She didn't show up like this. In fact, so far she's the only card that showed up upright. Let's see what her outcome or potential is here, Aquarius. All right, so we got the moon in reverse. I'm hearing whatever this is, especially if there was a situation about a Pisces, I'm hearing it's like somebody's going to have to roll on this information is what I'm hearing. They're saying like somebody has to roll on it. I don't know what that means, but when we see this card upright, I'm hearing it could also be somebody with Scorpio in their chart, but the moon, this is a really beautiful psychic energy. Sometimes this is really super, super romantic. Like this can be a very romantic energy. It's just like these two beings, these two dogs that are under the light, and there's like a certain kind of communication going, but there's like this trail between them. There's like a distance between them, even though they look like they're close. It looks like there's this trail kind of between them, and then there's this lobster coming up from the depths. And I'm hearing that for somebody, this is like trying to cross a distance with someone. They're talking to me about someone's sort of like psychic communications, and it can be very confusing when we have this many upside down cards, especially when this one here has got so much energy behind it. The moon, this is it's a major arcana, and so it's one of those cards that's going to talk to us about things that change how we respond to life versus just like passing moods. And I'm hearing for somebody, this literally is like the desire to travel overseas, and it's trying to figure out how to make a start. I'm hearing for somebody, it's like there's an age difference here between people, and just a real need for communication that hasn't happened. Let's see if we can get some clarity on this. This does not have to be romantic, but I'm hearing for the romantic situation that like this moon upside down is more just about being like over the moon with somebody. But I will say too, for somebody else, if this is not a romantic situation, actually it could be the romantic situation too, be cautious about what you're doing. I'm going to recommend getting out in nature for you too, and just trying to do some things to ground yourself, Aquarius, because some of this can be really emotionally ungrounding and frustrated energy here too, because there's a lot of fire here, and then there's this moon that's just like this turbulent, almost like psychic kind of, can be sort of a torturous energy sometimes if you're having emotions or connections with somebody, but there's not like a communication. This could be very muddy. Let me go ahead and see if we can get something with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And get a card for us on this moon and see what that might have to do with here. I think we might need some advice. I mean, big advice here is embody the Queen of Pentacles. When she speaks, she's direct. She will tell you things. She's concerned about her physical world. I'm hearing for somebody too, especially if there's like tense or zero communication with somebody where there have been false starts. It's like being very grounded about how you communicate with this person is really good. They might even be coming forward to you, Aquarius. I'm not sure. Let's see what we can find out with these romance cards here. What are the ones that this might be romantically implicit? We've got Emperor. 4. I don't know, maybe you've been alone for a long time. Or maybe this person has, but this person here, the Emperor, this could be somebody that's got a lot of Aries in their chart. I'm hearing Aries. Could be Taurus too, but this is a lot of times Aries for me. This guy's holding a staff that's very phallic in his hand there, and he's kind of staring off into the yonder. And he's not always so easy to communicate with. It's like people kind of have to come to him. Is that you, Aquarius? Or maybe that's the person that you've wanted to communicate with or fallen out of favor with. If these two people are not communicating, it's like they're both fixated on something else. It almost kind of looks like I can't tell if he's looking at the statue here. He's just staring off at something and holding his rod. It's like he's very distracted. He's not really communicating. And I'm hearing if this other person is the one that they want to communicate with, she's not communicating either. She's like staring at this thing. I'm hearing they're both really fixated on what they're doing. It might be work. But I'm hearing for some of you, there's a really strong psychic communication. It's like there's some unspoken things that can come forward. And sometimes when the moon is upside down, that might indicate that it is coming out. I'm hearing too, the new moon might be a good time to talk about it. That's here on the 4th. I'll go ahead and pull 3 more cards for you. Let's see what our Sibilas say here. We can get a little bit more info here for you, Aquarius. What needs to happen here with this Emperor? What do we need to know about? I'm hearing for somebody, it's like this guy is not going to budge until he understands what the situation is. With whatever this younger person is, this page that's in reverse. It could be a paternity issue. Let's see. All right. Lalitera. Well, that's a letter. That's some communication. So somebody needs to send communication. Allegrezza a cuore. This is probably good information here. This is happiness of the heart. I'm seeing somebody like turning the page, like walking away from one person and going to a new person. And militare. This is somebody that's going to take this step. This is somebody who is not going to mince their words too. This might be somebody that's involved in military, police enforcement, something like that. But I'm hearing that somebody needs to speak up. If this is a situation about making a new change or making a new start, it has to start with communication here. And so I'm going to say that whoever is the one here holding the staff probably needs to be the one that picks up the pen and sends the letter. Because that's, well, I don't even know about that. I just put this here and I literally just saw it coming off of her hand too. So I'll say her hand gently. Whatever it is here, it looks like the letter comes from here. And they're showing me somebody, like, it looks like she left somebody in the past, and that's actually what's going to make this gentleman or this person here in blue, which I'm seeing is being the Emperor here, feel like moving forward. So, hey, you're going to know if that's for you or not, Aquarius. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you want me to do one of these with just your energy. Hit me up at book.artoflove.me. If I don't hear from you, take care, and I'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one. Bye for now.
You'll catch me.